Danny's in Syracuse. Hi, Danny. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. I've enjoyed your practical advice over the past few years, and now would like a little bit of your insight into comprising a will.
Okay.
Specifically, the will basically has several beneficiaries. Most of them, or all of them, rather, are financially responsible except for one. Very irresponsible. The only thing they've learned is to use a credit card and have dad come in and pay it. That's a recipe for collecting the inheritance and starting the fast clock from $700,000 to broke. So, I've heard you suggesting on your show about financial peace university as a requirement. How can that be done? And specifically, with the entire course, is there like a practical way on having it be an ongoing participation, making that a requirement?
Well, yeah, you can just take them out of the will until they behave.
Yeah, you sound like you have to leave them in there. Why do you have to leave them in there?
You don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with this. Let's start with this.
Someone
Okay.
will learn.
There you go. Yeah, it's a fantasy.
Here's the thing: an inheritance is not an entitlement. You are not entitled to an inheritance. You are not obligated morally, ethically, biblically to leave your money to anyone in particular. Now, in our house, we're people of faith, and to mismanage your life, meaning the steward, the management of your life, including your money, is, you're supposed to be managing your life for God. You're managing your life as Christians. We're going to manage God's money, and if you can't manage God's money, I'm duty bound to not give it to you, to mismanage from my perspective as a steward, number one. But number two, it's not going to be a blessing to this person. It's going to bring them harm, because when you get money, it magnifies the good and the bad in your life. So it's not about Financial Peace University, and it's not about being a control freak. It's about putting your arm around this child and saying, gosh, I don't want to hurt you. I love you too much to hurt you. And so I'll walk with you as you learn these skills that you've yet to learn. But until you learn them, I'm not going to be able to leave you anything. You're opting out. You're choosing by your misbehavior to not be in the will.
Which I agree with. It's unfortunate it's not my child. I guess the heartstrings are pulling a little bit because he's has some severe health issues and will need some good insurance. And once his parents die,
whose child is it?
He's not. This is a nephew, my nephew, and his parents are just as irresponsible as him financially.
How old is he?
22.
Okay.
Have you taken him out and y'all two just talked for a while?
Tried. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
What did that sound like? What did that sound like?
Well, when you got the parents on the other end, I mean, they'll agree with everything you say, but when you got the parents on the other end, just handing cash like it grows on trees, it's a hard battle to win.
Who's convinced you that this is your problem to solve? Why have you taken this on? You've inserted yourself. You've inserted yourself into their family. Do you feel guilty that you've made a lot of money?
No, not at all.
Okay. Something about the situation, you've inserted yourself into your brother or your sister's family and taken it upon yourself that it's your responsibility to save their errant child. I want to free you from that, man.
Yeah, it's not on your list of things to do. What I would do if it was my nephew and I wanted to leave him money to help him because he has health problems, but I think he has bigger problems than health problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's got character issues that supersede his health problems and may actually add to them. I don't know what his health problems are, but may make them worse or aggravate or exasperate the situation or whatever it is. But I'm just going to sit down with him and I'm going to go, hey, I'm your old ugly rich uncle. You ever heard the parable of the rich uncle? I'm him. I'm the guy. That's me. And so, everybody wants one. Well, you got one. Ta-da! And so, if you want, I would love to be a blessing in your life, but I cannot do that until you learn to behave with money. If you'll let me walk along beside you, I'll kick your little butt. And I will hug you into learning how to do this life thing and money thing right. But if you don't, not say it, I'm not care about what you say. If you don't do it, then I can't leave you money in the will. But I'd like to be the guy that coaches you up and takes you through this and puts you in Financial Peace University, and you and I talk about it, and I see the fruit in your life. But you being in the will is dependent on that. You can opt out of this by your behavior. You can opt into this with your behavior. It'll be your choice.